coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Wine on Saturday, wine on Sunday, but coach told me I can never miss a Monday. DJ Truth.
Good evening. Welcome to the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show with Coach Mike. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in this week, man. We have a really exciting and informative show lined up for you all. But first, I invite you all, get involved in tonight's show. Take your smartphone and record yourself asking Coach Mike a relevant real estate question. You can submit your question to the Monday Night Live Call-In Show hotline at the number you see on the screen. And our super producer, Jay Joseph, may very well choose your question to be answered on tonight's show. So please take your smartphone, get involved, get in the chat, get in the comments, man, and be a part of tonight's show because we're really excited about it. I want to take some time to introduce my co-host. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, but he is also the co-founder of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. I want to thank him for carving some time out of his schedule and sitting in with us on Monday Night Live like he does on every episode. I want to introduce to you, Mr. Michael G. Davis. How you doing, Coach Mike?
Man, I'm super excited to be here. Prime Real Estate Rick, what's going on? Another Monday. Let's do it.
Hey, man, you know, tonight's energy, man, is just totally off the charts, man. It's been such a productive week last week. There's so many things going on in the real estate industry that are relevant to Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm and the Monday Night Live Call-In Show. So first things first, Coach Mike, how was your weekend? How's everything been going and what's going on in the world of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm?
Hey, man, the weekend was amazing. We had a number of open houses. Our agents were hosting open houses this weekend, showcasing people's properties. We were partnering with events with the Houston Association of Realtors. I know they did a webinar and they brought in their partner, Curbio. We had our BND TV that we posted last week, man. So just constantly staying engaged and active, man. That's what it's really about when it comes to developing and helping people.
You know, with it being the summer months, everything is so busy. Are there some best practices or are there some things that you like to do during the months of like June, July, and August that you do on a regular basis to either network, market, or push your personal brand forward?
Hey, man, look, when you get into these summer months, I know it's hot, but at least it's not raining. At least it's not cold.
Let's get after it.
It's that time to really get out there and get very, very active, understanding that the fourth quarter is going to be here sooner than later. And we know those last 3 months of the year, it gets super slow. We like to ride the wave. So now's the time where it's peak season. So I really encourage people to attend as many events as you can, get around as many people as possible, remind people of what you do. See if they need any assistance being served, let as many people as possible know that you're helping people as it relates to, navigate this market, people that are not knowing if they can buy right now, helping them answer those questions, people not knowing if they can sell right now, just assisting them, navigating that, letting as many people as you can know that, and you'll be surprised what that'll do for your business and your referral base.
You know, it's amazing that you reiterate this every week, but I want everyone in the audience to definitely understand what you're saying. The people you meet today, tomorrow, those real estate conversations that you're having this week are going to be the clients that pay dividends in the fourth quarter of this year, in the first quarter of 2024. So let's get active, man. Let's think about the present and the future, because like you say, Coach Mike, man, these summer months are when everybody's actively out there trying to pursue either knowledge or information. So let's make ourselves accessible, man, and be pillars of the community from that standpoint.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Rick.
You know, we have some really exciting and hard hitting questions lined up for you this week, Coach Mike. But I've also asked everyone in the audience to get involved, leave a comment, ask a question in the chat, because I get a bulk of my fulfillment, and I know it does a great deal for you as well to interact in real time with those professionals that's out there in the market on a daily basis, man. So everyone out there, if you're hearing us right now, you're checking us out on Facebook, you're checking us out on YouTube, leave a question, leave a comment, because Coach Mike and myself would love to get involved and interact with every one of you all tonight. So, Coach Mike, if you are ready, let's get to question number one.
Let's do it, man.
Coach Mike, what are some effective ways to market luxury properties?
Okay. I think that's an excellent question, Rick. And my short answer to that is when you get into the luxury property niche, really it's about relationships at that point, right? And as I said earlier about getting out, meeting people, when you have a luxury property, that's when your relationships really kick in. It's about who you know that has the capacity to be able to purchase those particular price points. So you always want to be building your network and adding more people to your network. If you have a luxury property and you don't necessarily feel like your network is where it needs to be that could produce those type of buyers, there are opportunities. For instance, I met a gentleman that he specializes in luxury auctions. Right. And again, talking about building out your database, building out your Rolodex, for those,
Right.
Some of these new younger people may not know what a Rolodex is, but, when we came up, Rick, the Rolodex is where you keep your contacts, right? That's where you keep your relationships. So being able to leverage it. So I met this gentleman, and now add him into my Rolodex. And now he's an option to lean on when you have a luxury property. Maybe you can co-market, partner with him and his company to help you move it. What a lot of people don't realize, Rick, is a lot of luxury real estate agents, man, they invest a lot of their own personal money into the marketing prior to it selling, right? A lot of agents don't realize that. They keep talking about they want to, get these $1 million listings, but a lot of the marketing pre it being sold with the drone videos and the events and the way that they do open houses and the way that they market it internationally, a lot of that is coming out of the realtor's pocket up front. So that's something else that you absolutely want to keep in mind of when going after that level of business. I know the Houston Association of Realtors, they have an international advisory group. They also have an international and a luxury designation, and that designation will tap you into additional resources that you can utilize when having these kinds of properties as well. But again, Rick, that's going to be an upfront cost that you're going to have to pay for right now. So when you decide that you want to go in that vein of luxury, understand that, it's going to be some output of funds initially until you really get some momentum and build some relationships in that market.
And I agree totally, Coach Mike. And I would add, I want everyone that hears that particular message to take heed to that advice, and also take some time to visit some of these luxury open houses to see the type of open house environment that these agents provide. Because these are all the things that those type of clients that are selling properties at that level are having as an expectation. So if this is something that you would like to do, you want to break into that market segment, take some time, do some research, see what type of things that clients in that sphere is going to expect so that you know what you need to provide. And if all of those are things that you feel comfortable with handling, by all means, get after it, man, because it's definitely a healthy market. There's enough business to go around. But I like what you mentioned, Coach Mike, to set a correct expectation for the marketing budget that you will have to establish beforehand to even put yourself in a position to be viable in that
Absolutely.
market. So I agree totally, Coach.
And it's a good thing, Rick, understanding if you operate your business the right way, we subscribe to the fact that every listing should get you about 6 to 8 leads. So if you leverage that listing correctly, then even after it's sold, it'll really assist in allowing you additional movement in that market if you do it the right way. And again, I'm gonna repeat that, Rick. If you do it the right way and leverage that listing the right way, then it should further cement your moving within that marketplace. Although it'll cost you some money up front, it's gonna help you with your brand and moving you and solidifying your space in that market.
And there's a science to everything, and I urge everyone to heed Coach Mike's advice to take time to educate yourself, observe, learn, volunteer. If there's an agent in your brokerage that has a luxury listing, let them know that you would like to learn and invite them to reach out to you if they were to need some assistance with that listing or an open house. And I think that's the best way to get that hands-on experience so that like you spoke to, Coach Mike, how to best leverage your time and your resources.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, that was a great question, man. Big, huge shout out to everybody in the audience. I hope you gained a lot from that conversation, because if the luxury market isn't something you're interested in, by the time you go through all the twists and turns of this career, it'll be something that you'll want to learn more about. Hey, Coach Mike, we have a second question teed up for you, man. So if you're ready, man, I'd love to get your feeling about question number 2.
Absolutely, man. I'm ready.
Let's check that one out. Coach Mike, how can I effectively manage my finances as a real estate agent?
Okay, you know what? I think that's another excellent question. And it really is something, Rick, that as we're 1099, we're commission based. It's not something that we get a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks or every month. It's very key that we become very good at managing our money. I tell people this story all the time, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
The first year that I made $100,000 in real estate, the only reason that I knew that I made $100,000 in real estate was because at the end of the year, when I added up all my expenses, I had spent $100,000. And there's no way, Rick, there's no way that you can spend $100,000 unless you've made it. But what that means, though, Rick, is that it didn't feel like I made $100,000. Like I felt like I was living check to check. I always behind the bank. I was still robbing Peter to pay Paul. It still felt like that. Mm-hmm. But I had made $100,000. I didn't have anything left over. I didn't have any money saved up, but I made $100,000. So, we hear this. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep. And, I had a year, Rick, where I made less than $100,000, but I had way more money in savings. I felt like I had a greater experience over that 12-month period, even with my family. So money management, man, is what it's about. It's not about how much money you make. It's about when that dollar comes in the door, how is it distributed? Mm-hmm. And Jim Rohn, man, he gave a great illustration. What he said was how you should teach a child to spend $1. He did a talk, man. Matter of fact, if you go on YouTube, you could probably find it. How to teach a child to spend $1. And what he said was, for every dollar that comes in, 10 cents should go to some type of charity, donation. Depending on your faith, you may call it tithes. It should go to that. 10 cents of it should go to investing, something to invest in. So he called it the freedom account, I believe. So 10 cents should go there. And then another 10 cents should go to, there was a third 10 cents. And it slips me at this moment. But the biggest takeaway from that, Rick, is only 70 cents for every dollar should go to your bills, should go to taking care of the everyday, the mundane. You should have 30 cents for every dollar that you should be there allocated to. Oh, that's for savings. That's what it was. The other 10 cents for savings. So 10 cents to give away, 10 cents for investing, 10 cents for savings. So that's 30 cents for every dollar that at the end of the day, when you look up, you should at least have 20 cents in some kind of kitty, unless that 10 cents for investing is you putting that to work somewhere. Then you got 10 cents saving for a rainy day. So it's about money, man. And that's a real simple way to think about it, Rick. If you say, all right, if I make $1,000 or $10,000 commission, well, 3,000 of that is going to be put towards something else, and I'm just working with the 7. And if you think with every time you got money coming in the house, every time you got a commission coming in, $3,000 commission, $5,000 commission, $10,000 commission, if you think about I'm only going to live off the 70% of it, then what'll happen is that your life and your lifestyle will begin to conform to that. Right. And when it begins to conform to that, that's when your life will truly begin to change as a professional in this business, because now you're truly operating money and managing money the way it needs to be managed.
Perfect, man. And you know what, that message is going to be so well received, because I believe there's so many of us in the industry that have the best of intentions from a money management standpoint, but you'll be surprised how few professionals are provided with that type of roadmap of percentages and what you're going to set it aside for and what the remainder will be used for.
Right.
To reinvest in the business, to build, to grow. So please, everyone in the audience, if you need to, come back to this episode, rewind, take notes, write it down, because to Coach Mike's point, being able to manage things financially will not only make real estate become lucrative, but it'll also relieve some of the anxiety that comes with being self-employed and a business owner. Because like you said, Coach Mike, you can make all the money in the world, but if you don't have a grasp of where it's going or when it's coming back, you can just feel uneasy about everything you're doing in general. So I hope everyone just heeds your advice from that standpoint.
Me too, man. I hope they listening, Rick.
Hey, man, big, huge shout out to everybody checking us out, man. If you're watching us live, submit a question, get in the comment. If you just want to give us a 100 emoji, I'm with that too, man, because Coach Mike and myself, we love that real-time interaction, man. If you're ready for our third question, Coach Mike, we have it teed up for you, brother.
Let's go, man. I'm ready.
Let's check it out. Coach Mike, can landlords in Texas place cameras on the outside of a rented property without the tenant's consent or knowledge?
Oh, man, Rick, that's
deep. That's deep.
That's deep. I don't know. Can landlords do that? You know, Rick, man, I'm gonna go off on a limb, man. I believe that they can. You know, I've been in conversations and communications with people, and I'm getting it from, you know, people that are doing the short-term rentals. You know, I've realized that a lot of people that are doing short-term rentals, they have cameras outside their house. And now I don't know I know that the landlord of those properties or the host of those properties they're not getting consent, but they're disclosing that the cameras are there. Right. And I believe it'll be a similar situation with landlords and renters, that the landlord doesn't have to get consent as long as they disclose to the tenant as it relates to if they can do it or not. So now, you know, that's my safest way of staying away from giving out legal advice. You know, I think at the end of the day, to get your true answer would be to contact an attorney. I know the great thing about being a member of the Houston Association of Realtors, the way that you're able to take advantage of the TAR legal hotline, which is included in your membership. So you can call that number and ask them that question.
Absolutely.
They'll answer that question for you. And which is maybe the direction that I would go if you really need that question answered for sure. I'm just giving you what I think.
No, I appreciate you giving us your opinion, because just kicking that around just from a discussion standpoint, just on first glance, I would think that it would be akin to living in an apartment and the apartment complex having surveillance cameras at each corner of the building.
Yeah, you get great point. I mean, I didn't see it that way, but that you absolutely right.
Because I don't know any apartment complex in Harris County that doesn't have security cameras around the building.
Right.
I think that's pretty much par for the course in a multifamily product.
Yeah, I agree, man.
So from that standpoint, man, I think your opinion is an educated one, but I think the best advice you gave them is that hotline number at HAR.
Hey, it's in your members, dudes, man. Call
Hey, what they say, put your dues to work, coach.
Yeah.
Just be active, put your membership to work.
Yes. Call them up, man.
I mean, I want to thank everybody because those type of questions, it does great not only for this show, but also for our community as a whole and as a group, because that lets everyone know these are the type of things and issues that agents and buyers and sellers and renters are running into in the market right now. Yeah. So I think if we start to share our experiences, start to share some best practices as a real estate community and as real estate professionals, I think we can do a better job of serving the community from that standpoint. So everyone out there, man, that's still out there in the community, helping people continue to do what you're doing, man, because we're changing lives every day, man.
Absolutely. We sure are, Rick, man.
You know, the good thing, Coach Mike, is when we get to this part of the show, we get to give everyone in the audience an idea of the events that they can look forward to this week if they're active on BND TV, if they follow you on social media. And for those who are checking us out in the audience for the first time, Coach Mike, would you mind sharing a little bit about what we do at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm from a content creation standpoint?
Yeah.
And what those who check us out and follow us on YouTube can expect when they subscribe, like, and follow BND TV.
Hey, man, I would love to, Rick, man. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do this every week and make everyone aware of what we have coming down the pipeline. So it always starts with BND TV, something that we do every week, something that we're very proud of. It's our digital programming, which can be found on our YouTube channel. So we definitely invite you to go and check it out. Monday Night Live is just one show that's a part of that digital family. Tomorrow we're going to be doing our prime real estate, the Real to Life podcast, and we have another phenomenal guest, Ms. Margaret Harrison, is going to come on, and she's going to be talking to us about her journey, her passions outside of real estate, which is what the Real to Life podcast is all about. So come hear her phenomenal story, come learn about some of the side hustles that she's into, that she's self-branded herself. Also, a part of BND TV is our Real Estate Happy Hour Live, something that we do every week where it's a group of us. We come together and we just discuss certain things, trending topics found on Twitter, current events, real estate industry related topics, along with some real estate advice to consumers and realtors. It's real estate professionals talking about randomness is what we say. Very lighthearted show. The best part about the show is that we actually bring our guests on and you can get in the conversation with us. So that's tomorrow at 2:30. All right. Then also we're going to be doing Real Estate Out the Box. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I go live every Tuesday and Thursday, and I reveal to my audience a non-traditional tool or resource for people who want to buy or sell. Rick, we know we're in a interesting market, is what we'll say. Mm-hmm. And what a lot of people don't realize is that there's a number of tools and resources that are available to you to assist you in your real estate goals that most real estate professionals don't know about. So I decided that this was something that I want to do every week because I have this toolkit built up that has over 60 items that most people don't know about just through my years of being in real estate. And I expose them every week, and then I give my commentary around them. So I go live every Tuesday at 8, Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock, and we talk about it. I call it Real Estate Out the Box. So I definitely encourage people to take advantage of that. Then on Wednesday, we have our real estate contracts training. It's going to be a phenomenal event. It's going to be hosted by two of our top producing agents that are actually about to start their own team. Super excited to hear them share their expertise around the different contracts and the forms that agents have access to. We talk about how to access the forms digitally. Also going to be giving some negotiation tips as well as answering a lot of questions. So even when you come to this training, you're going to learn about the documents, but you're also going to learn how to use the documents inside of a negotiation to help you get your clients what it is they're looking for. as well as talk about some of the necessary forms that you're going to need to complete. You do not have to be an agent at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. We say that all the time. If you want to participate in any of our events, all you have to do is go to our website and register, reserve your seat so we know that you're coming. And that's your ticket to get you in the door. So that's going to be taking place on this Wednesday. Then on Thursday, Rick, I'm going to go ahead and open the door to you, brother. Go ahead and talk to them about our last show that's a part of BND TV, the Prime Real Estate Network. Why don't you tell them about it?
Hey, man, I want to thank everyone in the audience that support the Prime Real Estate Network podcast, man. Every Thursday, myself and the other co-founder of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, the Texas Real Estate King. We host a show where every Thursday for 30 minutes, we speak to some of the best and brightest, some of the movers and shakers here in the real estate market in Houston, Dallas, anywhere in the great state of Texas, man. And we share best practices. We share tips. We also talk about what we think is on the horizon from a futuristic perspective so that we all can right size our business and build towards the future. So I invite everyone, if you haven't had an opportunity to check out the Prime Real Estate Network show, please feel free to do so. You can find us on YouTube at the Prime Real Estate Network. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Appreciate you, Coach Mike, for letting me do that cool shout out.
Hey, man, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. And in addition to going to the Prime Real Estate Network on Thursday, we actually have our pre-home buyer session on Saturday. So definitely save the date. It is an event where you're going to learn about if you are just thinking or considering buying a home, here's a great opportunity. It's something that we do every month for you to come in and get your questions answered, right? You'll be able to speak to the professionals that are going to be participating in your journey. We have the realtor there. We have a mortgage person there. We have someone that can answer questions as it relates to debt and DTI and credit restoration, things of the sort. So we bring everybody into the room, and by bringing them into the room, no question is a bad question, because we want to create an environment to where you feel comfortable asking whatever is needed to be asked, so you can take the next step in putting yourself in a position to get something that is extremely valuable, and that is your own home. So we're going to be doing that this Saturday. We call it our pre-home buyer session. We do it every month at 11 o'clock. Make sure you go and you register for the event. We do it in person and we do it virtual. So you don't have to necessarily come into the building. It's up to you. Some people like to be face to face. They like to be belly to belly. And some people are good. They like the convenience of, not having to leave their home. So we give you the opportunity to do either one. That's going to be on Saturday at 11 o'clock. Also, we have our HUD home buying class. Now, the thing about this class, though, is that although the class is on Saturday, you must attend the orientation. So the orientation is on July 13th. And the orientation, which is a Thursday, is going to make sure you fill out the proper documents, make you fill out the proper information for the facilitator of the class. And then the class is going to be on Saturday, and that's going to be at 10 o'clock. So the orientation is on Thursday at 6. The class is on Saturday at 10. You got to attend both of them to get the credit. Now, what's this class about, Rick? Rick, this class is for those that are already in the process, right? So this is not a class for beginners. This is not a class for new people. The class for new people is the pre-home buyer session. This is the class. You've already talked to a lender. You've already got your realtor. You just need to get the HUD certificate so you can access the down payment resources that are available. And there's a lot of down payment resources that are available in the city. I mean, and these resources, man, they go north of 100, 150,000 towards purchasing a home. But for you to be able to access these resources, all of them require some type of HUD certified education class. Well, this is something that the Houston Black Real Estate Association, for which I'm a part of, something that we do every month at no cost. I don't know of any other organizations that offer this class, the full 8-hour HUD certificate class at no cost. And we do it every month, and we do it virtually, Rick. So again, this class is not for those that are brand new, that are just thinking about it, just starting the conversations, or in the preliminary stages. This is for someone that has already done that. They've already gotten pre-approved. They're already in the process. They may have even already identified their home, and they're going to go through this class, and they're going to be able to get the certificate to allow them to be able to tap into the resources, the down payment, closing costs, and then some of the other programs that the city, the state offers. So that's what this class is about. Again, orientation is on Thursday at 6, classes at 10. Shout out to the Houston Black Real Estate Association. If you want to learn more about that organization, it's real simple. Just go to their website and you'll learn more about them as well. All right. Again, continuing to talk about the Houston Black Real Estate Association. I know this is not this Thursday, but it's next Thursday. So we want to give everybody a heads up of it coming down the pipeline. We're doing a lunch and learn, and we got some heavy hitters that are going to be in the building. This is sponsored by U.S. Bank, and it's winning sales strategies for the top producers. So this is kind of like an extension of what we do here on Mondays and in some of the other Brooks and Davis programming, but you're going to get it's going to be a lot of production in the building, right? So come learn their strategies and their secrets of how to grow their business and how to be more successful in this real estate market or in any real estate market. So make sure you go to hbrahouston.org to register. You do get a discount if you pre-register. So I would encourage you to take advantage of the pre-registration discount because it does cost more at the door. But that's going to be on Thursday, July 20th, beginning at 11 o'clock. You do not want to miss this event right here because you're going to be walking away with some gems that you can immediately apply to your business and help you take one step further towards the success and the gains that I know that you want to realize. So that's going to be on not this Thursday, but next Thursday coming up. So come see us. All right. Another thing that we're really excited about, Rick, is our apartment locating mentorship program now that's being headed by our resident expert in apartment located, Miss Bria Craig. If you have not seen her YouTube video, the training that she's done, make sure you go to our YouTube channel and you will be able to see a phenomenal presentation of how she lays out her apartment locating business and the reason and it really was the birth child into creating this full-fledged mentorship program that the company can offer because she was so well versed in how she approaches apartment locating. So now our agents are able to take advantage of signing up as one of her mentors as they begin to build and grow their apartment locating business. So we're so super excited about Bria and being able to offer this to those that are a part of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. So we definitely want to share that with everyone as well. And, you know, Rick, it's one thing to listen to me and you and the other members of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm talk about all the benefit and things that we provide. It's another thing to hear the voices of over 60 people of how we've impacted and changed their lives, whether they're a buyer, whether they're a seller, whether they're an agent with us, whether they're an agent that's no longer with us. You're going to be able to hear all the perspectives of why you should strongly consider being a part of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, whether that's whether that's us assisting you in your real estate need or us assisting you in your real estate career, right? You'll be able to go to this social proof link and you're going to hear you're going to see written testimonies. You're going to see video testimonies. You're going to hear verbal testimonies just of how people's lives have been changed by being connected and being a part of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. We strongly encourage you to go and take advantage of that opportunity. And then as CEO Coach Mike, you know, Rick, I got to go out there and I got to talk to people, man. I got to train people. So, man, I'm really finalizing my class, The Secret to Managing Stress. I've talked to people about that class and I've gotten a lot of great response from people seeing the value in something like that. Again, we know the market can cause a lot of stress. It can cause a lot of negative emotions. So we're just going to have some strategies, some topics that's going to really address those elements. So the secret to managing stress, if that's something that you want me to bring to your brokerage, bring to your group, to your team, to help you all better depress and put yourself in the right state to be successful, then let me come in for a couple hours, well, 3 hours actually, because now you get CE credit. 3 hours, come in, let me train your group and make sure that you all are in the right state to go out there and help as many people as possible and boost that bottom line. All you got to do is go to michaelgdavis.com/bookings, and you'll be able to get me on your calendar. And then finally, man, we're going to end it with talking about the World Changers community, Rick. So I see myself as a world changer, right? And I want to be around other world changers, and I want us all to come together and change the world together, and we can do it, right? So I've created this community of people that see the value in that CEO Coach Mike, that see value in being around and being connected to SEO Coach Mike. I created this community. It doesn't cost anything. All you have to do is sign up for it at michaelgdavis.com. Sign up. You'll be able to join the World Changers community. It has some great benefits that you can participate in it. And one of those benefits, Rick, is that you get $100 off of World Changers table appearance. So the World Changers table is a group coaching that I do every week on Tuesday evenings. And, you know, it's a very affordable coaching option. And even with its affordability, we still offer additional coupon towards it once you sign up for the World Changers community. So you get that. You also get access to a library of over 100 trainings. It's like multiple 100 hours of content you'll get access to, Rick. You'll also get access to, I talked earlier about real estate out the box and the different non-traditional tools and resources. You'll get access to that by being a part of the World Changers community. So it's some phenomenal benefits, and I encourage everyone to take advantage of it and sign up for it. So that's what I got, Rick, man.
You know, man, there's so many things that go into making Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm the brokerage that everyone is a part of the family, so has grown to love and enjoy and being a part of that atmosphere. And I hope everyone in our audience who haven't had opportunity to visit the Brooks and Davis Education and Training Center, take advantage of that opportunity to stop by 2600 South Loop West, Suite 310. And if you can't stop by the office physically, there are a myriad of virtual education, virtual training, virtual networking opportunities that are provided. Tap in, follow Coach Mike at CEO Coach Mike on Instagram. You can follow me at Prime Real Estate Rick. Stay in the know, stay tapped in, because there's so many things that's going on in the real estate industry on a regular basis. The industry is ever evolving and changing and moving at a rapid pace that if you don't have the time to stay averse to what's going on, follow someone like Coach Mike, follow someone like myself. Check out Monday Night Live every Monday here when you have a chance to see us, man, and stay in the know, man. So Coach Mike, man, you've done a great job of sharing some of your expertise, sharing some of your experience. Is there any final words you have for the audience before we sign off this week?
No, Rick, man, I think we said it all, man. You guys, y'all go out there and be great, man. Let's change the world together.
On behalf of myself, Rick Davis, and CEO Coach Mike, Mr. Michael G. Davis, man, we want to thank everyone in the audience for checking out Monday Night Live. Remember, we're just a call, email, DM, or text message away. If you need us, we're here for you 24/7, 365. And until the next Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show, everyone in our audience, please be safe and be blessed.